Hey, welcome back, everybody. And here's the thing. So we have nationwide, we have builders slashing a lot of prices in a lot of different areas, but builder sentiment is actually getting better. So why are we seeing this? Why now? We're going to get right to it, along with some really good foreclosure information. And of course, our typical market update as far as metrics. Let's get the show on the road. All right, so let's take a look at what is going on with builders. And is it a problem or is it a benefit? So right now we have builders slashing prices. We have a bit of information is out there. You can see by the chart that we're seeing a little bit of a confidence issue. And you can see that that happened in 2023 when we started to see a lot of the mortgage rates having issues. But when we take a look at this, it says affordability remains the number one villain still for a lot of builders. Builders are operating in a world where financing costs are still the biggest concern. Now, as you can see from the chart above here, we can see that the mortgage rates have continued to head down. And you're thinking, okay, George, if builders are offering incentives and we have rates that are going down, what the heck? And a lot of this that we are seeing right now, wait for it, seasonality. That's right. You see, we're getting close to the end of the year, and there are people that are required to and are accountable to shareholders. So they have to start getting some of this stagnant inventory that is kind of lingering, even though our sales are up, and you're going to see that here shortly. So if I put myself away, I take a look, it says NAHB, which is the National Association of Home Builders, reports that 41%, that's a pretty big number, 41% of builders cut home prices in November. It's really the first time since they've seen that 40% broken since post-COVID, right? The average reduction in price was about 6%, along with 65% of builders use sales incentives. Well, okay, so we actually have, I would say, even nationwide, not even locally, but nationwide, we have a lot of builders that are incentivizing and have been incentivizing a lot of buyers since 2023, really kind of late 2022, but 2023 is when we started to see a lot of incentives. Why? Because we started seeing more homes coming on market. And you might say, George, what the heck does that mean? Why would it matter if we have more homes coming on market to the builders? Well, because you see, you have to remember, in 2020, when you guys were supposed to be sitting at home and everybody started going out and buying houses, okay? The feds started buying down mortgage rates. That's how we got down into the high 2s, 3s, stayed in the 4s for the longest time. And that's because the feds bought it down. They created debt. They were buying mortgage-backed securities instead of selling them out to the insurance companies and retirement funds and selling them, globally as part of our debt and whatnot. And so then in 2023, they said they were given the instructions, hey, you can't buy anymore. You have, like way too many trillions of dollars of debt. We need to start selling it off. Started selling it off and quit buying. Mortgage rates absolutely skyrocketed. And that's why you saw those swings. And it's been on a general, scope coming back down. But what are buyers doing? Buyers are, there's a lot of economic information out there. We got some, I would say, positive mortgage information out there regarding employment, or I guess unemployment figures. And then when we take a look at what's going on with hiring and some of the tech in our area, we're seeing, a little bit of pullback because of, hey, I want to make sure I have a job next week, which fortunately we're seeing what we call the normal 3-year hire fire cycle. Next year they'll be hiring again. But this is normal and people pause a little bit. Plus, again, seasonality. It's not uncommon. So as we roll over and we take a look at just our headlines, right? Okay, so small steps higher, same stubbornly no territory for existing home sales, meaning that our home sales are still, doing okay. We are doing better than where we were at last year, but not by much. It's pretty much, right on par. Upper right, you can see the 30-year fix is at 6.34. which is better than the day before, but just a tad bit higher because for the last 4 weeks, we've been heading in an upward trend. And then, of course, mortgage rates hold steady based to the jobs report, which on one side was good for mortgage rates. Nah, not so great for everybody else. All right, here we go. Look at this. Freddie Mac 7-day running average, and we have, yes, you guessed it, 0.58, a little bit more than 0.5% less in mortgage rate than we were at 1 year ago. Now, we're just a tiny bit higher than where we were at last week, but not a whole lot. When we take a look at the Northwest MLS running average, hey, here's the good news, right? So prices kind of dinked from the sales to list price. That's kind of an important number, because what it tells us is based on what is buying and being, I guess, what is being bought versus the list price, that came down just a little bit more into the 96th percentile. We're normally in the 97s, and we have been for about the last mostly 10 years. For it to dink down into the 96th percentile, it happens this time of year. It'll pop back up probably next week and pop back down again. So we get to the holidays, we're going to start to see that fluctuate a little bit more. Totally situation normal. When we take a look at what's going on in the market, let's jump over to that one here. Hang on a second here. Look at this. So we had 534 homes that came on market. We had 940 homes that went off market. Why is that important? Well, because that's telling us that for every home that's going on market, we're basically taking 2 of them off. So we have been bringing down the inventory levels because of interest rates. There's a lot more buyers, and of course, they want to give themselves a great Christmas present. So everybody's getting kind of down that path and into the hey, I want to get situated before the end of the year, take advantage of any tax benefits I can this year before it rolls over. Now, when we take a look at that and we take a look at our price reductions, which we used to see about 900 the last 900 the last few weeks, we're way down on that. We're about 579, not a whole lot, right? Situation normal, seasonally normal. Okay, so for sellers out there, just keep in mind, anybody who comes to your house, serious buyer, make sure you're exercising and exhausting all opportunities. Buyers, hey, listen, there's still a lot of sideline buyers out there. There's a lot of buyers that are thinking holiday stuff and their mind is elsewhere. You have a prime opportunity right now to get in front of sellers that are a little bit more negotiable. Just keep that in mind as you're pondering through things. All right. Remember, if you're looking for super accurate information every single week, smash that subscribe button. Share it with people that you like and don't like. It helps the algorithm out, helps us out to get information out to people, which is the biggest goal. So when we talk about the Northwest MLS, let's delve into this one. Here we go. Numbers are looking really good, all things considered. Let's blow this up. Upper chart. That's our year to date. Look, no land speed records at all, like no land speed records at all. However, for those of you that think, oh my gosh, this is a bad market, this is the same thing we had last year. It's situation normal and seasonally normal. So don't be panicking. Backed, of all things, we're 0.5% better on mortgage rate. So if you're a buyer, well, really you should be thinking about it. We have more inventory, less competition. Builders are a lot more flexible, and lower rates. I'm not sure where you can go wrong with that, but just keep that in mind. Oh, that's right. There are people out there saying we're going to take a 10% crash in our market, which that is not going to happen. I'm just telling you. I've been doing this long enough. Go back as far as 2007. You'll see everything that we've discussed, done, everything is spot on. Keep that in mind. All right, let's get this back to here. When we take a look at the lower green one, okay? Yeah, okay, so we're off 291 homes from where we were at for the same month of November, but we're 487 more homes pended. So we have almost twice as many homes pended as we are short on sales. Super important, but when we talk about list to sales price and where are we doing? So the center green, yeah, we're down just a little bit from where we were at last year. On the right, the year-to-date sales, those are doing very well. And so if you're asking, Is what we are seeing today situation normal? Of course it is. We have good quality inventory, better than we've had in years. Like since 2020, this is our best inventory climate ever. Not compared to prior years, we're still quite a bit less, but as far as since 2020, it's looking really good, okay? As far as interest rates, they're down 0.5%, actually a shade bit over, almost 0.6%, right? We've got builders that are super motivated to make a move, and you have sellers attend if you're a buyer that is out there. So yeah, it's a great time to consider making a move and keeping that home search rolling forward. Just a really great time. Just saying. All right. So if we come back here, we take a look at new construction. New construction is a little bit different, right? Here we go. So if we take a look, let me just blow this up for you. All right. So top chart, look, we did better this week than we did last week. Why? We've been seeing a few more incentives from builders. We've got a few more programs that are lightening up because of interest rate, and that's super awesome. We have 45 less homes sold this month. That's the bottom green chart. But look at that. We have 48 more under contract. So, net zero if you think about it, because the solds today, well, remember, that's what happened last month, okay? When we take a look at our chart here, look, we're still doing really well. For the center, you can see that for the month, we are spot on. We're equal. We're the same pricing that we saw last year that we're seeing this year. We're about 3.1% higher in a sales price than we were at last year at this time, for solds. Listen, again, they're held accountable to shareholders, and now is a fabulous time to take a look at new construction if that is really what you want. Granted, you're going to give up on location, lot size, home size sometimes suffers, and price. That's going to be your biggest one because it's typically 8 to 10% more to buy new construction than a resale, which is also one of the pullbacks that a lot of areas are seeing. Not so much in our area. Our new construction and our builders are building smart. We are still working with builders doing projects and plats. There's just a lot of really good information that is available for you. Make sure you're working with an agent who's familiar with working with builders. Price, for the first time in the last couple of weeks, has become a little more flexible. Definitely incentives, but don't leave thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on the table working with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Sorry. Forgive me. I'll get off my soapbox. All right, let's get back to this. Here we go. All right, so when we take a look at bank-owned homes, look at that. Again, from last week, we pulled this up because, there's been a lot of media coverage on this jump in 20%. Why is that important? Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. But here's the thing, right? Look at the top. So no foreclosure tsunami to worry about, right? That's from FHA. Delinquencies are down or actually up 11%. They're one of the highest ones. Listen, when we have folks that are reporting and letting you know whether it's Adam or if it's National Association of Realtors or if it's I just drew a blank on it Realist is owned by forgot anyway CoreLogic, all of these guys that track numbers and whatnot. Listen, even they're saying, hey, we need to be careful. Debt is on its way up, a lot of it because of the government shutdown, but as long as people maintain, we shouldn't have an issue, right? Well, when we take a look at this, look, we're only 15 homes more than where we were at last year at this time, which is peanuts. That's 3/4 of Washington State. No change in sales. We have 8 more pended. We only have 5 more technical listings than what we had, last year at this time. That is pretty much peanuts. So we do not have a foreclosure issue here. There's a lot of folks out there saying, oh my gosh, foreclosures are up 20%. Oh my gosh, they're, we're seeing foreclosure notices up 20%. I'm like, time out. Our state doesn't disclose that. There's no way you can know that. Notice of defaults are confidential. They are not published. A notice of trustee sale is, and we're seeing the same usual numbers. Nothing too crazy at all. Again, our area is a little bit more insulated. Just saying, make sure you keep things in perspective. Come here, learn every single week. In the meantime, It's a little blustery outside. Stay safe out there. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next video, and have an absolutely beautiful Thanksgiving. Take care.